going? Check 1 2 1 2. All right, so today I have some fantastic news to share with you. Let's just jump right into it. So, first of all, we're on day 6 of the summer support drive. Amazing. And as of today, we have 7 supporters. So 7 supporters, that means that we've hit goal 1. We are 3 supporters from hitting goal number 2. And we're almost halfway to hitting goal number 3 and maxing out the campaign for the summer support drive. If this is your first time hearing about this, summer support drive is me trying to ask you for help, basically. So I do all these music projects by myself, all these sustainability projects, and I fund it with money left over from working my job. But as my projects grow and get more involved and I work with more people and I want to compensate those professionals and I want to have more impact by working with others, I at some point will not be able to fund this by myself. And so I'm starting to build a base to keep things working. And so if you're somebody that appreciates what I'm doing and believes in it and wants to support it, this is the time to do it. If you've ever wanted to contribute to what I'm doing, then this is the way to do it. And so what you do is you just go to danemyers.com and there should be some information there for you, as well as an easy way for you to sign up. You can give 5, 10, 20, 30, 50, or create your own amount. And if you don't have extra money to support, totally fine. Hang out, chill, enjoy, comment, let me know what's going on. But I want to shout out the 3 people who signed up today, and it makes me so excited when I see somebody signs up, because I'm like, it's like when someone tells you that they like you in school. I mean, it's not romantic, but there's this quality to it of being like, oh, this person cares a lot about what I'm doing. They signed up. And so anyway, so I'm gonna read you the 3 people who signed up. First and foremost, we had Sarah Robinson from Orlando. Sarah is the pastor of an incredible church in Audubon Park, and she has hosted me in her home to play concerts. She has hosted me at the church to play drive-in shows in the parking lot. She is like a exuberant, constantly just positive person in my life, who's always excited to collaborate on something, and is just the most thorough people person that I can imagine. So I'm not in Orlando anymore. I wish I could run over and give you a hug, Sarah, but thanks so much for supporting what I'm doing, even from afar. It really means a lot. So the second person is Mike, and Mike is from the same organization as Ethan, who is our second supporter. Mike is from CS Rise, which is a nonprofit over in Tampa, and they deal a lot with climate and music, and they believe that music is an important cultural. There's so much that lines up between what I'm doing and what Mike and CS Rise are doing. They want to help promote musicians creating songs about climate. So when we linked up, we were like, whoa, we're already best friends. So thank you, Mike, for supporting what I'm doing. Again, it means a lot. Wish I could hang out with you, but further south now. We'll see each other soon, hopefully. The third person that signed up, actually there were 4 people that signed up today. What am I talking about? Today was a really good day. The third person that signed up was Phil Santos. Phil Santos is like a nightlife shaman here in Miami. He lived in Orlando when I was there, and he went to UCF, and I saw him speak at something at UCF, and I was like, wow, that guy seems really cool, but I was in the back of the room. But I've gotten to follow his journey ever since then. And he is not only a very effective, strategic, doer in the world. He's also a very deep, emotionally aware, spiritually connected person who is trying to accomplish profound change in the way that people gather together. And Phil is working on a book, and so you can be sure that since he supported me, what I'm doing, I'll definitely be shouting out his book when he launches his Kickstarter for it. I shot the video for his Kickstarter, and so I will definitely be sharing that and support Phil's book when it comes out, because it's going to be really good. It's about how to gather people together and how to create innovative environments that like take things to the next level. When you have a party or you have a gathering, he is like he's the person that made me realize that planning events like that and facilitating events and like setting events up is actually like an art and a skill, where I thought it was just like you just have people over and see what happens. So Phil is like definitely an innovator and somebody I look up to. And then last, my sister by choice, Linda Chung, who is also my neighbor. We cook meal plan together. We cry about our feelings and talk about our relationships. She's probably my best friend, you know, that I share climate stuff with and art stuff with, and somebody that I really feel like I fit in with. And so I'm really thankful that Linda supported me. So somebody that already supports me in so many ways. All these people already support me in a number of ways. So I'm thankful that they picked up one more way of supporting me. And I think that puts us at, I think we're at 7. I think that's 7. Okay. So anyway, those are my shout outs. Again, it makes me come alive to know that people care about what I'm doing and want to be part of it financially. And so thanks so much. So with that said, I have 2 things that I want to do today on the stream. And the first one is I want to call some representatives, and I want to do it live on the stream so that you can see. It's actually entertaining, like calling representatives, because there's this like scariness to it of like, oh my gosh, I'm leaving a message for a powerful person. I hope I don't, like I hope I don't jumble my words or whatever. I hope I represent, because I'm calling about this issue that I care a lot about. I don't want them to think that the people that care about this issue are dumb, so I better say things correctly. Yeah, so we're gonna do that. And to do that, there's this great tool. Let me share my screen here. Let's see. By the way, if you're here, comment, let me know what's up. I cannot see anybody that's here otherwise, the way that I'm doing this. So you gotta comment, let me know that you're there, say what's up, say happy Monday, say happy day 6. And if you wanna be the 8th supporter and put us over the hump, so that we're more than halfway through the support drive, you can just go to danemyers.com and you can request a song. You can just receive my you can receive my vibes of thankfulness from afar to wherever you are. So anyway, okay. So I'm gonna share my screen, and I want to just give you a little bit of context here. So let's see. Okay, so this is the Inflation Reduction Act, and basically this is a new piece of climate. It's the premise of this is that this is a bill to help reduce inflation. But the reality is a lot of the components of this bill have to do with transitioning the United States to clean energy and reducing our carbon footprint, which is awesome because Joe Manchin has always blocked Joe Biden's. There's a song about this that I wrote. Manchin has always been an obstacle. He's a Democratic representative, but he has voted against the Democrats in trying to pass this legislation and prevent climate change. He's from West Virginia. There's a lot of coal, like fossil fuel stuff there. And so anyway, so we finally got Joe Manchin on board for this Inflation Reduction Act. And the question now is like, will this actually happen? Because this is like, it could happen now because that there's support for it. So what I want to do today is I want to call my representatives and tell them, like, I'm so glad that this might happen. Please contribute to this happening. But that being said, I know that there are not necessarily going to be a lot of Florida representatives who, like Republicans, who are going to be able to get behind this. And so, I don't know, maybe I'm peeing in the wind by calling these folks and telling them that. But that's okay, because these people are essentially hired by us, the citizens, to do one thing, which is to care about what we care about and to pass legislation and be intelligent people who get things done that we need to have happen. And so they're paid to care about what I think about stuff in some way. And so let's just do some calls. Let's just do some calls. Actually, before we do some calls, I want to tell you one more thing. I thought this would show, but it's not. So, how do I get this to show? Nope. Nope. Okay, let me just try making another tab here. Give me just a second. So this tool is just not going to show up, y'all. It's just not going to. And I'm not sure what to do about that. So let's see. Let me try this. We got nothing, folks. I can't show you. Oh, wait. Okay, it's up on the screen. Never mind. You got it. Okay. I thought you couldn't see the Marco Rubio thing, but I guess we're good. Okay, I'm gonna chill. So what this is the Citizens Climate Lobby. So this is I guess a nonprofit. It's like a lobbying group that they try to progressive climate legislation. They try to get it done. So what you can do is you can go to cclcalls.org and you can sign up. And what they'll do is, like, once a month they'll reach out to you and they'll be like, hey, it's your day to call this person. Here's a link, and the link provides like all their information, so that makes it convenient for you to call. And they give you like a sample script in case you need to lean on some of the language that they provide. Like you can see here, it's like, I'm calling because I'm concerned that it affects fossil fuels and our national security, and to ask you to support, you know, and you don't have to say this. You can put in your own words what you want them to support, but this just kind of gives you a template that you can use. So, okay, that's enough. Let's get into it. Let's do some phone calls here. So, the first person I'm gonna call is, I kind of want to call Joe Manchin and just let's call Kristen Sinema. Does that make sense to call Kristen Sinema? I don't live in her, you know, like I can't vote for her or whatever, but I still feel like we need her to know that, like, we just need her to get like a flood of stuff that's like, Americans care about this. So I'm just gonna see all eyes turn to Sinema as Democrats face a week that could transform Biden's his presidency. So yeah, so she's like definitely the person that I think is gonna, you know, be the swing person maybe. So let's just put in contact. Awesome. Contact Kristen. Woo. All right. No, I don't want to fill out a form. Okay, here we go. Phoenix, Tucson, DC. Let's call the DC office. 2224. I feel like if I call the, I have her in my phone. I must have called her before. That's really funny. I'm impressed with myself. Okay, 4521. Kristen Sinema. Yeah. All right.
Thank you for calling the office of Senator Kirsten Sinema. Please leave a brief message with your name, email, and zip code, and we will get back to you as soon as we can. Thank you, and have a great day.
Hello, my name is Dane Myers, and I'm definitely a voter who cares a lot about climate change. And from what I understand, it's really important that we have your support for the new Inflation Reduction Act. I understand that Joe Manchin is now supporting it, and we need all of the votes that we can get in Congress to get this passed. Climate change is the biggest issue that I see facing our society, and if we don't do things now to fix it, it's just going to be too late. And those of us that could have made a difference now in this pivotal moment will be remembered for the decisions that we make and the contributions that we make. And so please, please, please look into this. Know that America is watching you and that we really care, and the world is watching America. Please support the Inflation Reduction Act and all of the climate parts of that proposal that are inside of it. Okay, thanks so much. I think it asked for my email address. My email address is dane@danemyers.com, DANEMYERS.com. Have a great evening and goodbye. I feel a little bit nervous. Oh, sorry, I could have put this on here for you to do like that. I feel a little bit nervous because I hope I represented this thing that I care about really well. Who else can I call and let them know that I care about this? Let's see. So, Let's call my so Rubio is my senator, and this is going to be, like, important that he supports it. So, and he's not going to, but let's call him and let him know that I'm a Floridian and that this is what I want him to care about.
Hello. Thank you for calling Senator Rubio's Washington, D.C. office. If you would like to leave a comment about an issue, please press 1. To hear our office hours or location.
This is Massachusetts Senator Ed Markey. Hearing from you and assisting in any way we can is one of my most important jobs, so thank you for calling my Washington, D.C. office. If you'd like to leave a message or comment on an issue, please press 1.
Why is Rubio's line going to Ed Markey? I don't understand that. Let's try again.
Hello. Thank you for calling Senator Rubio's Washington, D.C. office. If you would like to leave a comment about an issue, please press 1. To hear our office hours or location, please press 2. If you are interested in setting up a tour or requesting a flag, please press 3. If you need to speak with a member of our office, please press 4. To hear these options again, please press the star key.
This is Massachusetts Senator Ed Markey. Hearing from you and assisting in any way we can is one of my most important jobs, so thank you for calling my Washington, D.C. office. If you'd like to leave a message or comment on an issue, please press 1. If you need assistance from a member of my staff, please press 2. Thank you again for calling. I appreciate it.
Wait, hang on. Okay. I really don't know who this is. So, Massachusetts Senator Ed Markey. Okay. Ed Markey. Okay. So this guy's a Democrat. I'm going to call their office and just tell them that, like, Rubio's line is redirecting to his number. Because, like, what the heck?
Hello. Thank you for calling Senator Rubio's Washington, D.C. office. If you would like to leave a comment about an issue, please press 1. To hear our office hours or location, please press...
This is Massachusetts Senator Ed Markey. Hearing from you and assisting in any way we can is one of my most important jobs, so thank you for calling my Washington, D.C. office. If you'd like to leave a message or comment on an issue, please press 1. If you need This is Massachusetts Senator Ed Markey. Hearing from you and assisting in any way we can is one of my most important jobs, so thank you for calling my Washington, D.C. office. If you'd like to leave a message or comment on an issue, please press 1. If you need
Please record your message at the tone. You may hang up when finished, or for more options, press pound.
Hi there. My name is Taylor Myers. I am a resident in the state of Florida. My zip code is 33169. And I'm trying to reach Marco Rubio, but when I push 1 to have my comment directed to that option, it sends me to Massachusetts Senator Ed Markey's number, and when I press 1 there, it repeated the voicemail again, and then eventually let me leave a message. This is for Rubio. Rubio, so what I care about is climate change, and I understand that there's this Inflation Reduction Act that's coming up for a vote in the Senate, and I know that there's a rush to get this hopefully passed. I don't know that this is something that you support, but I just want you to know that there are a lot of people in Florida who vote based on climate, and this is all eyes are on the Senate right now to try to get this thing passed. We've been trying to get climate legislation funded in the Senate, all year, and now we finally have Joe Manchin's support. So please don't let us down. Please shock all of your Republican, coworkers, and let's get this done. Let's be on the right side of history, because climate is going to define our generation and what we do about it. So thanks so much, and yeah, we'll be watching to see how you vote. Thanks. All right. Hope I wasn't laying it on too thick. Hope I got to the point. But I also want to put some heart in there and not just be like, please vote yes on the bill, please. What's up, Jake? What is up, Jake? Jake says don't go. I don't know what that means. Oh no, not leaving. No, I'm all set. I was just leaving a message for my senator here in Florida to support some climate legislation that's coming up for a vote pretty soon here at the beginning of August. So that's what we're doing. I was just getting that done. I wanted to show everybody on the stream how it's kind of fun actually to call these people and to feel heard. I'm also supposed to call Rick Scott here. That's another person that I get these CCL updates, to asking me to call and tell, my representatives what I want on a regular basis. And so maybe I'll go ahead and do Senator Scott too. Let's see. Rick Scott is totally looks like Voldemort, if anybody has noticed that. Let's see here. I gotta send myself the link. Actually, I can just Rick Scott call. Ricky! What's up, Ricky? Look, you're just gonna share your opinion. Dang, there's no phone number here. Rick Scott phone number. Tallahassee? What about a DC number? Here we go. 202-224 5274. Let's go.
This is Massachusetts Senator Ed Markey. Hearing from you and assisting in any way we can is one of my most important jobs, so thank you for calling my Washington, D.C. office. If you'd like to leave a message or comment on an issue, please press 1. If you need assistance, this is Massachusetts Senator Ed Markey. Hearing from you and assisting in any way we can is one of my most important jobs.
Please record your message at the tone. You may hang up when finished, or for more options, press pound.
Hi, the voicemail here said Ed Markey again. I'm trying to contact my Florida Senator Rick Scott. Hopefully this is going to Rick Scott. Ed Markey, if my senators have forwarded their voicemails to you, on behalf of other Florida citizens, we apologize. Anyway, hopefully, Senator Scott, hopefully I'm addressing you. We just want to see climate legislation and climate funding for reducing our carbon footprint as a nation, switching to clean energy. I know when speaking to Republicans, we got to talk about green jobs, and I think there will be a lot of green jobs and a lot of innovation and a lot of opportunities for the economy. There will definitely be more jobs available than if our climate collapses and our society has to bear the brunt of not solving climate change before it's upon us. So, with that being said, please support the Inflation Reduction Act that's coming up for a vote here at the beginning of August. All eyes are on the Senate trying to get this thing passed and get support for fending off climate change. So, I'll leave it there. That's all I'll say. Thank you for your time. Again, 33169. I'm a Florida voter, and I vote based on climate change. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. So, if you want, you can also call your representative. It's great fun. Please share your video with me if you do. Please take a little video of yourself if you have a camera or another phone, or borrow a friend's phone or something like that. Because that'd be so cool if there was an app, a call cam, and you could film yourself doing the phone call. That's a good app idea. And then you could share it to social media and share yourself telling what you think to your representative. But some people say this system is never going to accomplish the change that we need, but this is the system we have right now, and this is the system that I can call, and so we gotta do what can be done. Jake, I would have left a meaner voicemail. I could have left a meaner voicemail, but you know what I mean? If everything is ending, I'm gonna try to at least if everything is chaos, we can at least be kind but firm. Hopefully that was firm, but kind. I'm sure if I was just ranting and saying how I really feel about what's going on, they might just be like, this is a crazy climate person, screw this guy. So, but if you want to call and leave a mean one, please send me a video. I will definitely enjoy the heck out of that. So anyway, we called 3 representatives. That's probably the most productive thing I'll do for the planet all week. So it feels really good to do that. I feel like a good human being when I call, because I can't do crap. But these leaders can do a lot. So, okay. So next thing that I want to do, I'm really excited to share, is I'm a Florida resident and firm I would be about my grievances. Yeah, I mean, they're in the office to listen to what we care about and to make decisions that reflect our values. So I definitely encourage you to call and flaunt your Florida residence. I'm a Florida resident too. Jake, I forget, where do you live in Florida? Because I'm in South Florida now, so I forget which part of the state you're in. I probably have it written down because I think I sent you a shirt. But are you in West Palm? All right, like I said, summer support drive. We got 7 folks. I'm thinking 30 minutes into the future. We've got 7 folks signed up supporting, which is amazing. Such a dream come true. South Florida just moved to Deerfield Beach. Heck yeah. Yeah, so you're near Delray. I live in North Miami Beach, like almost Fort Lauderdale. So really not that far. And I go climbing kind of up by Delray at a gym called Coral Cliffs. So that's the hang for sure. I'm gonna go there tonight when this is over. So glad you could be here. I get so excited on the stream when there's like people here. I'm like, oh, let me just talk about stuff I care about. Oh cool, you're finished with Brickell. Yeah, I'm probably closer to you than Brickell. I'm like way north, like almost Fort Lauderdale. But yeah, I'll let you know. I throw a show down here. I definitely want to start doing some more live stuff with some friends. So, all right. So let me show you a new track I'm working on. So one of my buddies, okay. Let me just take you through this whole thing right here. So what do we got here? I'm gonna come on, Google. What do we got here? Okay, Chrome. Google Chrome is not working. So confused right now. Okay, Google Chrome. Definitely not working. I might have just killed the stream. Dang. Are we back? No, we're not back. Are we back? Oh, we're back. Heck yeah. Okay, I'm really sorry about that. I was trying to open up a Google Chrome window, and I didn't realize the stream was open in it, and then I was like, it's not working, let me quit Chrome. And then I quit Chrome, and it, like, killed the stream. But I think we're back up right now, which is cool. Jake, if you're there, if you can see me now, like, just put something there that's like, yeah, bruh, I see you. Okay, so let me tell you this story, and then we're going to record this song. So, So the first thing, there's this guy who lived in Orlando named Chris Castro. And the first time I saw Chris Castro, I was with a bunch of my hippie friends at the Peanut Butter Palace. And we went to an event at the Dr. Phillips Center, which is like this beautiful theater in downtown Orlando. Like, very nice. Like, one of my friends wasn't wearing shoes. This is like how hippie we were. And we came to this showing of this documentary about sustainability. It was called From Paris to Pittsburgh. And featured in the documentary as like one of the main people is Chris Castro, who is like a little bit older than us, but still like a very young person who was like so knowledgeable and like killing it when it comes to making change in climate. That was the first time I heard about Chris. and I saw Chris from a distance, like taking pictures with the media, at the Dr. Phillips Center. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, here's a young person doing like big stuff, you know, whatever. I was just getting into sustainability as like being a big deal to me. Anyway, I saw that documentary, fantastic documentary. Chris's part in it was awesome, super cool. Fast forward, my girlfriend knew him, and my other friend Linda and I and my girlfriend were in Orlando, and she just like set up for us to like, for us and Chris and his daughter to like go walk around the park together, and we just hung out. And it was the first time that I heard somebody talking about all these like science fiction-y sort of sustainability things. They were science fiction-y to me, but he was like actually doing them at the city. Like Chris could tell you how many kilowatts of solar you need to offset like all of Orlando's energy. And he could tell you like where they're getting the financing for it. He could tell you like, this guy's like making it happen, like at a municipal level, or you know, he was the director of sustainability at Orlando, and they like made this office for him because he's like such a G. He started like this nonprofit in college called Ideas for Us that's still going and doing a bunch of cool stuff. And they're like, this person is killing it. Let's make an office of sustainability and make him the director at City of Orlando. So that's like Chris before I knew him and like just getting started knowing him. And I was super inspired by this guy because he's doing things. He's a young person. He's making change. And so I was like running one day. I was like working on a song, and I had this beat, and the beat was like, let's see if you can hear this. Let's see. It was like this. And I was like, I was staying with my parents in Denellen, and I was out on a run, and I heard this is like, sometimes I'll just go run and write because it's like the pace of like running, it helps me clear my head. And I was just listening to this beat. And it was, shout out to Chris Castro, shut up to this last show, when you see us, you can feel the passion, it ain't even a hassle. And it turned into the Green Gatsby, right? Chris had never been to a show. This is me like, this is how crazy about sustainability I am. I was like fantasizing about Chris coming to a show with Anna Eskamani and like being able to shout them out because I love what they're doing so much. And so the first time was shout out to Chris Castro, shout out to the last show. I was actually, originally it was going to be show up to the live show. And then I was like, last show just fits better, it just works better. And so anyway, the whole song Green Gatsby came from that, right? And then I'm like, you know, texting Chris. I'm like, I'm texting Chris Castro. And I'm like, hey, bruh, I made a song that shouts you out. Want to come be in that music video? And Chris is like, okay. So Chris shows up to the shoot, has no idea what to expect probably. And he's got like, when I hang out with Chris, he has like 45 minutes to hang out, because he's like squeezing it in between like the end of work and like this really healthy, clear, balanced boundary that he has, which is like, at this time, I hang out with my family. So he like got off work, came to the shoot, had like 45 minutes. And so in 45 minutes, we shot all of the footage of this video. Oh, hello. Where is it? This video that has Chris in it. So, and I have a bunch of funny stuff that didn't make the video, but like all of this. So this is Chris, and then he's like in the back, and he's got like the boombox with him. He's like back there with the thing. That's him back there. And so like not really knowing me super well, this dude was like, yeah, I'll get on the roof and like throw a party with you and your boys and friends. And then we like threw a party in the shower. He had to pretty much go for the like shower scene because he had to go back to like hang out with his family and stuff. So we just got like one good shot of like partying in the shower. And yeah, so that's why you don't see him in like the rest of the shots. But anyway, that video turned out like super fun. And it was really cool to have him be part of it because he's like a hero of mine. He's like a sustainability hero. And then we made this. So Chris was like, we should do this again. Let's make another project. I have this thing coming up. So he's the director of sustainability. He's like, I have this thing coming up with all the other directors of sustainability in the Southeast, and we all love your song, The Green Gatsby. Can you make another song? Because the network of directors is throwing a rap battle because they're inspired by The Green Gatsby. And if I can have The Green Gatsby come rap with me and we do a thing that represents Orlando, we can like win the contest or whatever. And I was like, you mean there's others like you? And you could take me to them and you could introduce me to them? And so we did this thing and I wrote this thing and this is what it turned out to be. And I don't think you can hear that. Hang on, let me make it so you can hear this. That's really funny that I was just like dancing to that thing and you couldn't hear the audio at all. Let me make it so that you can hear this audio. Okay, so let's try it now. I think you should have it now. Okay.
5, 6, 7.
Kick it. Guess who's back on the mic again? Me and Dame back with the big announcement. We about to rock SSDN. This boy's chain says price carbon.
Green standard, affordable housing, take a rainbow, water conservation, electric bus, gonna take you round trip. Orlando is the best of the best of the best. Whoa.
Tight with the transit authority, we making green a priority. Getting urban with the forestry, cutting emissions like quarantine.
Making these pledges like it's a sorority. Gonna be zero waste 2040. It's so important. It's like recycling.
We got it sorted.
Reppin' green works. That's a clean verse.
Every word, equity first. Do the research.
Put the PP.
Okay, cool. So we made this whole thing. Like I had written it ahead of time. Again, Chris got there. We had like 45 minutes. He got there. I was like, oh, cool. We'll like work on this, whatever. I was like, how much you got? How much time you got? He's like, it's like, well, it's 6. I need to be out of here by like 6:55. And I was like, we're gonna record our vocals and shoot a whole music video in an hour? Okay, let's go. So he did that. That was all really fun, really cool. And so anyway, that was the last thing that we did. And we went and played this at the sustainability directors thing, and I think we won like, I don't know, whatever. Everybody loved it. It was really fun. And so anyway, Chris just got a new job. Chris is now the chief of staff for a new office under the Biden administration that deals with basically it's like his role at the city, but it's like on a national level. And so he is now like one of the most influential people in getting things done in sustainability in the United States. And I am like so thrilled to hear that. And so he's, going to do this, great work. And he was like, I don't know, I can't say anything about this. I might get it. I've done like 7 rounds of interviews. They seem to be like into it. And then he like finally got it, and it was like he moved to DC. And so anyway, just out of like excitement and like joy out of seeing this really capable person get a chance to make a big impact at a national level, I started like just lyrics started coming, and so I started jotting stuff down. And so I want to share like recording this new verse for the first time. And I've been playing with it. Like you can see I have like a little scratch track here. But I need to get like with a real microphone. So I think that's what we're gonna do today on the stream. Let me know if that sounds cool. And yeah, so just so you know, like 99% of the time I don't record in a studio. I record all the songs that you hear right here in the trailer. And usually I'll do a little bit more than this if I'm not streaming, because I can go over there away, like the camera's here, so I'm gonna stay here. I'll go over there. I'll put like some moving blankets up to help deaden the sound, and I'll like record that way. But for tonight, I'm just gonna do it right here into this mic. So I think this will be good enough though. Like this isn't gonna be like a whole full song like on the album. I just wanted to record this to like shout Chris out and to capture this really cool moment. Plus the stuff I started writing, I was like, this is like my favorite. Like this is so. We're making history right now, in this really nerdy niche way that probably nobody cares that much about except for like me and Chris and like our friends that like love sustainability stuff, and maybe you if you're on this stream. We're about to make very esoteric history right here. So here we go. I'm gonna check my levels here. So check. Okay, let's see. Check. Check. 1, 2, check. All right. Testing 1, 2, check. Testing 1, 2, check. Yeah, sounds great. All right, let's do this. Oh, let me get my lyrics up here so you can see the lyrics. Let's see. Okay, so lyrics, no shame. I don't understand why I can't see this. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's not what we want. There we go. Yeah! Oh, I get it. Okay, I know why that didn't work. Alright, hopefully I can do this like from the side here like this. Yo! Well, woo! Shout out to Chris Castro. Had to tell you congrats, bro. You packed up and headed to the Capitol. New chief of staff, yo. We're cheering you on back. Hope you stay same and scale like a fractal. Bad news for black hole and gas they call. So I had to move my lyrics out a little bit here. Put that back. Well, shout out to Chris Castro. Had to tell you congrats, bro. You packed up and headed to the Capitol. New chief of staff, yo. We're cheering you on back. Home you stayed same and scale like a fractal. Bad news for black hole and gas they call. Yeah. I'll put this like on the other side here. There we go. That's way better. Alright, let's do this. So the hardest part here is packed up and headed to the Capitol. New chief of staff, yo. We're cheering you on back home. You stayed same and scaled like a fractal. Bad news for black coal and gas. Bad news for black coal and gas that they call natural. Let me just listen to this reference here real quick. This is new to me. Shout out to Chris Castro. I had to tell you congrats, bro. You packed up and headed to the Capitol. New chief of staff, whoa. We're cheering you on back home. You stayed the same and scaled like a fractal. Bad news for black coal and gas that they call natural. This country's rooftops gonna be packed full of PV glass, cause that cat's impactful. DC got new fresh meat and backbone. Weep, 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 my mom's still in shackles. It's too cheap to burn pterodactyls. BBB finally brought you cash flow, so PPM can slow like the grass grows. News for black coal and gas that they call.
Chief of staff, whoa, we're cheering you on back home. You stay the same and scaled like a fractal. Bad news for cheering you on back home. You stay the same and scaled like a fractal. Bad news for black coal and gas that they call natural. This country's rooftops. Bad news for black coal and gas that they call natural. This country's rooftops gonna be packed full of PV glass. Cause this guy's impactful. DC got new fresh meat and backbone. Weep, 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 cause our mom's in shackles. It's too cheap to burn pterodactyls. You get that? Cause fossil fuels are like dinosaurs that died. It's too cheap to burn pterodactyls. BBB, Build Back Better. BBB finally brought the cash flow. PPM can slow like the grass grow. Alright. Ooh. Hey. Shout out to Chris Castro. Dang, I got somebody. Alright, one time. Shout out to Chris Castro. Had to tell you congrats, bro. You packed up and headed to the cap. No new chief of staff, yo. We're cheering you on back home. You stayed same and scale like a fractal. Bad news for black coal and gas that they call natural. This country's rooftops gonna be packed full of PV glass, cause this guy's impactful. DC got new fresh meat and backbone. Weep, 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 our mom's still in shackles. It's too cheap to burn pterodactyls. BBB, cause you hear that? Shout out to Chris Castro. Had to tell you congrats, bro. You packed up and headed to the cap. No new chief of staff, yo. We're cheering you on back home. You stayed same and scale like a fractal. Bad news for black coal and gas that they call natural. This country's rooftops gonna be packed full of PV glass, cause this guy's impactful. DC got new fresh meat and backbone. Weep, 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 our mom's still in shackles. It's too cheap to burn pterodactyls. BBB, cause you. Shout out to Chris Castro. Oh yeah. Shout out to Chris Castro. Had to tell you congrats, bro. You packed up and headed to the cap. No new chief of staff, yo. We're cheering you on back home. You stay same and scale like a fractal. Bad news for black coal and gas that they call natural. This country's rooftops gonna be packed full of PV glass, cause that guy's impactful. DC got new fresh meat and backbone. Weep, 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 my mom's still in shackles. It's too cheap to burn pterodactyls. BBB finally brought you cash, bro. BBB finally brought you cash, though. PPM. BBB finally brought you cash, so. Oh, that's what should be cash, so. PPM can slow like the. Ooh! Let's go. Shout out to Chris Castro. Had to tell you congrats, bro. You packed up and headed to the cap. New chief of staff, yo. We're cheering you on back home. You stay same and scale like a fractal. Bad news for black coal and gas that they call natural. This country's rooftops gonna be packed full of PV glass, cause this guy's impactful. DC got new fresh meat and backbone. Weep, 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 our mom's still in shackles. It's too cheap to burn pterodactyls. BBB finally brought you cash, so PPM can slow like the grass grow. Woo! Shout out to Chris Castro. Had to tell you congrats, bro. You packed up and headed to the capital. New chief of staff, yo. We're cheering you on back home. You stayed same and scaled like a fractal. Bad news for black coal and gas that they called natural. This country's rooftops gonna be packed full of PV glass, cause this guy's impactful. DC got new fresh meat and backbone. Weep, 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 our mom's still in shackles. It's too cheap to burn pterodactyls. BBB finally brought you cash, so PPM can slow like the grass grow. I love it. I'm just gonna do some more takes for fun, see what we get. But I'm. Yep. Miss it. Shout out to Chris Castro. Had to tell you congrats, bro. You had. Let's do like a quieter one like that. Shout out to. Shout out to Chris Castro. Had to tell you congrats, bro. You packed up and headed to the capital. New chief of staff, yo. We're cheering you on back home. You stay same and scale like a fractal. Alright, this is reminding me I need to mark this one as like, this is like dope. Okay. cheering you on back home. You stayed same and scaled like a fractal. Bad news for black coal and gas that they called natural. This country's rooftops gonna be packed full of PV glass, cause that guy's impactful. DC got new fresh meat and backbone. Weep, 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 our mom's still in shackles. It's too cheap to burn pterodactyls. Beep, 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 finally brought you cash, so PPM can slow like the grass grow. It's still cheap to buy. I think that's gonna flow better. DC got a weep, 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 our mom. Just a little bit of tweaking syllables to make it flow as best as possible. Another favorite line here is you stayed the same and scaled like a fractal. Fractals stay the same as they scale into a crystal. Because it's like a lot like calm. Shout out to Chris Castro. Had to tell you congrats, bro. You packed up and headed to the Capitol. New chief of staff, yo. We're cheering you on back home. You stayed same and scaled like a fractal. Bad news for black coal and gas that they called natural. This country's rooftops gonna be packed full of PV glass, cause that guy's impactful. DC got new fresh meat and backbone. Weep, 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 our mom's still in shackles. It's too cheap to buy pterodactyls. We finally brought you cash. I kind of like in the middle of those. Shout out to Chris. Who's on the stream right now? Who's hanging out? What's up, Jake? You still there, my G? There's this streamer I really like named Spell. He's like a producer, and he has this really like unique accent. And he's like, he's in New Zealand, and he's like, yo, what's up, my G? Yeah, let's go. Let's go. I want to be just like him, but I sound like a redneck. Someone told me that like DJ Khaled will turn the air off when he records vocals because it sounds like more iconic when people are like hot. And if that's the case, I'm like the most iconic because I never have good air in here. It's always hot. Shout out to Chris Castro. Had to tell you congrats, bro. You packed up and headed to the Capitol. New chief of staff, yo. Cheering you on back home. You stay same and scaled like a fractal. Bad news for black coal and gas that they called natural. This country's rooftops gonna be packed full of PV glass, cause that guy's impactful. DC got some fresh meat and backbone. Weep, 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 our mom's still in shackles. It's still cheap to burn pterodactyls. BBB finally brought you cash flow, so PP. Fuck around. Right. Shout out to Chris Castro. Had to tell you congrats, bro. You packed up and headed to the Capitol. New chief of staff, yo. Cheering you on back home. You stayed same and scaled like a fractal. Bad news for black coal and gas. that they call natural. This country's rooftops gonna be packed full of PV glass, cause that guy's impactful. DC got some fresh meat and backbone. Weep, 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 our ma still in shackles. It's still cheap to burn pterodactyls. BBB finally brought you cash flow, so shout out.
I like that. I like the tone of that.
Shout out to Chris Castro. Had to tell you congrats, bro. You packed up and headed to the Capitol. New chief of staff, yo. Cheering you on back home. You stay same and scaled like a fractal. Bad news for black coal and gas that they call natural. This country's rooftops gonna be packed full of PV glass, cause that guy's impactful. DC got some fresh meat and backbone. Weep, 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 our ma still in shackles. It's still cheap to burn pterodactyls.
I don't know. Not the same. Shout out to Chris Castro. I had to tell you congrats, bro. You packed up and headed to the Capitol. New chief of staff, whoa. Cheering you on back home. You stayed same and scaled like a fractal. Bad news for black coal and gas that they call natural. This country's rooftop gonna be packed full of PV glass, cause that guy's impactful. DC got some fresh meat and backbone. Weep, 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 our ma still in shackles. It's still cheap to burn pterodactyls. BBB finally brought you cash, so PPM can slow like the grass grow. I like the end of that one. So I think what we're gonna do is take. This is the level of obsession that goes into recording vocals.
DC got some DC got some DC. Shout out to Chris Castro. Had to tell you congrats, bro. You packed up and headed to the Capitol. New chief of staff, yo. Cheering you on back home. You stayed sane and scaled like a fractal. Bad news for black coal and gas that they called natural. This. Shout out to Chris Castro. Had to tell you congrats, bro. You packed up and headed to the Capitol. New. Shout out to Chris Castro. Had to tell you congrats, bro. You packed up and headed to the Capitol. New chief of staff, yo. Cheer out to Chris Castro. Had to tell you congrats, bro. You packed up and headed to the Capitol. New chief of staff, yo. Cheering you on back home. You stayed sane and scaled like a fractal. Bad news for black coal and gas that they called natural. This country's rooftops gonna be packed full of PV glass, cause that guy's impactful. DC got some fresh meat and backbone. Weep, 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 our ma still in shackles. It's still cheap to burn PV glass, cause that guy's impactful. DC got some fresh meat and backful. DC got DC got some fresh meat. DC got some fresh meat and backbone. Weep, 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 our ma still in shackles. It's still cheap to burn pterodactyls. BBB finally brought you cash, so PPM can slow like the grass grow.
That's cool.
DC got some fresh meat and backbone. Weep, 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 our ma still in. Shout out to Chris Castro. Had to tell you congrats, bro. You packed up and headed to the Capitol. New chief of staff, yo. Cheering you on back home. You stayed sane and scaled like a fractal. Bad news for black coal and gas that they called natural. This country's rooftops gonna be packed full of PV glass, cause that guy's impactful. DC PV glass, cause packed full of PV. Be packed full of PV glass, cause that guy's impactful. be packed full of PV glass, cause that guy's impactful. DC guys. Shout out to Chris Castro. Had to tell you congrats, bro. You packed up and headed to the capital. New chief of staff, yo. Cheering you on back home. You stayed sane and scaled like a fractal. Bad news for black coal and gas that they called natural. This country's rooftops gonna be packed full of PV glass, cause that guy's impactful. DC got some fresh meat and backbone. Weep, 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 I'm still in shackles. It's still cheap to burn pterodactyls. Shout out to Chris Castro. Had to tell you congrats, bro. You packed up and headed to the capital. New chief of staff, yo. Cheering you on back home. You stayed sane and scaled like a fractal. Bad news for black coal and gas that they called natural. This country's rooftops gonna be packed full of PV glass, cause that guy's impactful. DC got some fresh meat and backbone. Weep, 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 I'm shout out. Shout out to Chris Castro. Had to tell you congrats, bro. You packed up and headed to the capital. New chief of staff, yo. Cheering you on back home. You stayed sane and scaled like a fractal. Bad news for black coal and gas that they called natural. This country's rooftops gonna be packed full of PV glass, cause that guy's impactful. DC got some fresh meat and backbone. Weep, 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 I'm still in shackles. It's still cheap to burn pterodactyls. BBB finally brought you cash, so PPM can slow like the grass grow. Shout out to Chris Castro. Had to tell you congrats, bro. You packed up and headed to the capital. New chief of staff, yo. Cheering you on back home. You stayed sane and scaled like a fractal. Bad news for black coal and gas that they called natural. This country's rooftops gonna be packed full of PV glass, cause that guy's impactful. DC got some fresh meat and backbone. Weep, 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 I'm still in shackles. It's still cheap to burn pterodactyls. Shout out to Chris Castro. Had to tell you congrats, bro. You packed up and headed to the capital. New chief of staff, yo. Cheering you on back home. You stayed sane and scaled like a fractal.